largest exhibition of real mummies and related artifacts ever assembled from around the world is on tour right now. On display is one of the first replications of Egyptian mummifications done in over 2,000 years. It was created by my next guest. Bob Brier has been dubbed Mr. Mummy because of his expertise in Egyptian mummies. He joins us now to discuss his work on the Mumab. Mumab, is that right?
Yep, it's pretty close. Yes.
Tell us about your work.
Sure. I'm a mummy person. You know, I'm an Egyptologist. I work in Egypt all the time, but my specialty is mummies. And one of the things that's at the exhibition is my research on creating a mummy. That is, we never really knew for sure how the Egyptians mummified their dead. So I figured the only way to do it was really to mummify a human cadaver. So a colleague and I, Ron Wade, we took a human cadaver and we made ancient tools, replicas of ancient tools, and we mummified the cadaver in the ancient Egyptian way, removing the brain through the nose, took out the internal organs, dehydrated it in a salt called natron. So we did everything the Egyptian way to try to figure out how they did it.
What did you bring to us today? This is a replica. This is an actual mummy arm.
Right. This is a mummy's arm. We call her a lefty. This is left-handed. And the reason we have it is that we're interested in learning as much as we can from mummies. Mummies are like little encyclopedias if you know how to read them. Wow. There's all kinds of information. So, for example, from just this arm, I can tell you approximately the age of the person. We've x-rayed it, and by looking at the x-ray, I can tell from the bones, the long bones, the radius and ulna, I can tell that she was probably around 35. There's no signs of arthritis, so she's not too old. No, the hand bones are fine. She had a good diet.
Really?
Yeah, you are what you eat. And when you eat good food, protein, calcium, your bones are dense, solid, and they show up that way on the x-ray. If you didn't have a good diet, they'd show up as very pale and faint on an x-ray. Huh. So even after 3,000 years, we can tell this was a woman who was fairly elite, ate a good diet, no arthritis, probably maybe around 35, 40 when she died, but she was not really wealthy, because if you look here, there's something very sweet about this mummy. You see there's a bracelet painted around her wrist?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? She wasn't wealthy enough to be buried with the real thing. You know, she didn't want. They didn't want. The family couldn't afford the real bracelet, so that she would have her jewelry in the next world. They painted it on the mummy. It's kind of bittersweet.
Well, what is the history of mummies? I mean, tell us more about mummies.
Sure. The ancient Egyptians believed in resurrection. They thought you were actually going to get up and go again in the next world. So you had to have your body. So they wanted to preserve the body at all costs. That's why they mummified. Wow. So they realized that the body decays if it has moisture in it. So they had to get rid of the moisture. So you take out the brain, which is moist, you take out the internal organs, you dehydrate it. So it all starts with this religious belief in resurrection, and you had to preserve the body. So Egypt are the sort of pros at it.
So fascinating. Where's the tour going on?
Well, the exhibition is at the Orlando Science Center. And tomorrow night, I think it is, I'll be giving a talk there. I'll be flying down to Orlando for the mummy exhibition. It's a fabulous exhibition with mummies around the world. And I'll be giving a talk about my mummification project, how I mummified a human cadaver.
So fascinating, Bob. Great to have you on the show today. Thanks so much.
I
actually thought I saw some mummies yesterday at the Fed.